Hello, welcome back, guys. Just had a very exciting chat there with the lovely Kerry Ellis, and we got another exciting one here now. I'm being joined by Paul Jackson. Paul Jackson is pretty much a legend when it comes to the world of improvisation. Very important to all performers, I would say. So welcome, Paul. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, John.
So why don't you start by telling our audience a little bit about yourself, how you got into this, the crazy world that is improv.
Yes. I started out as a journalist, and I went to see an improvisation show, and it was a comedy sketch show made up on the spot by the performers. And as a journalist, I was really suspicious, and I thought, there's no way they can make this stuff up on the spot. Have you seen Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah.
Paul Merton, Josie Lawrence, people improvising
I love Josie.
on stage. She's marvelous. Worked with her a lot.
Oh, really?
Yes, because I got curious. I wondered how they did it and whether it was genuine. So I went and interviewed these people using my journalistic license. And they showed me that, yeah, you could do it. And it comes down to some very simple techniques.
So why would you say it's so important to a performer? Why is it important to an actor to be able to have the skills of improvisation?
Well, either everything always goes as you planned, exactly and to the letter, or you need to improvise. And in the lives of people I've met, my own life, things do go unexpectedly. So rather than treating that as a disaster that's going to create difficulty and chaos for us, we can embrace that uncertainty and prepare to improvise.
I think that's a very good point, because it's not about, it's just you find yourself in situations, and not even in performance, you and I were discussing in day-to-day life as well. You find yourself in situations, you think, how am I going to get myself out of this?
How many conversations do you have in a day?
Yeah.
17.
We're having one now.
We're having one now.
Yeah.
And very few of these conversations are scripted. You are making stuff up as you go along, and you are skilled and expert and know how to do it.
Yeah.
But you might not have a vocabulary or a framework for that. So improvisation gives us some structures and frameworks, and it can enable us to build skills at that, so we're more comfortable at doing it, more prepared to do that.
Definitely. Now, what would you say, though, then, for people out there? Because everyone hears improv, they're like, get all scared. You know what I mean? It's like, there's like a common what are the common misconceptions then of improv?
Well, it is scary. People think if I'm put on stage and I have to make stuff up, I'm not going to have any idea what to do.
Yeah.
And that's probably right. So it's naturally frightening. But you can create safety for people to improvise by doing exercises, warm-ups, learning games, doing some skills building with safe circumstances before you take it out onto the stage.
Yeah. And would you say, like, whenever I sort of have thought of improv, I always think, it must be funny. But that's not the case, is it?
It's not. There are some myths of improvisation, as you say, and that you have to be funny is one of them. If you're paid to be funny in a show, then I think you do have to be funny. But an improviser trying to be funny usually falls flat.
Yeah.
And the comedy comes from the build-up between people. It emerges turn by turn, step by step, as you go along. So it's more about working in a team, listening to your partner, making your partner look good, and the scene, the comedy of the scene, will take care of itself.
So what do you guys offer then as part of, this is your sales pitch now.
All right.
In the work that you do, what is it that you provide?
Well, with the Comedy Store Players, they're the longest running comedy show in Guinness Book of Records.
Yeah.
Just coming up for 30 years. And they do this twice a week at the Comedy Store. And recently, just a year ago, with the Comedy Store Players, we set up Improvisation Academy as the teaching arm, the school or the academy, to teach the skills that they use on stage. And this is done in 2 intensive weekends in London, where we do the activities, build the skills, and see how they can be applied both on stage and off stage in everyday life. So for an actor or a performer, you've not only got to be good on stage, you have to be confident when you're talking to an agent or when you go into an audition and you're maybe asked to do something that goes off of the prepared script. So these are life skills and professional skills, and we teach them over that period of time.
And do you guys work alongside businesses? Because I imagine this is quite in terms of presentation skills and things like that.
Yes, there's a huge world of applied improvisation, using it for purposes beyond the theatre. and presentation skills is one of the first applications that people discovered. Then there's team building and creativity, all of which you can easily access through doing some improvisational things.
Brilliant.
You look like you're ready to do some.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
I'm about to make... No, I'm not going to make a fool out of myself.
Not
We're
at
going to
all.
rock it.
Yeah.
We're going to do a bit of improv for you. I don't actually know what we're doing.
You
What
don't,
are we
do you,
doing?
John?
Do I need to move these out of the way?
We can move them back a bit.
Move these back a bit. Okay. Paul and I are now going to do some improv for you.
We're going to tell a story together,
Okay.
and we're going to do the main skill of improvisation, which is called yes and. So one of us will tell a story, just one sentence of it, and the other one will repeat part of that sentence as the yes, the accepting and guarantee that we've been listening to the other person, and then we'll take the story on by a sentence. So we repeat it back and forth.
So is that just, you just said by listening, that's a very big part of
It's
improvisation, isn't it?
Central key skill.
Okay.
So let's ask the audience for something to find in the kitchen. A toaster. So a toaster may or may not appear in our story. Do you want to go first, or shall I?
You may take the lead.
I'll take the lead. This morning, my toaster was broken.
My toaster was broken, and I took a screwdriver out to fix it.
I took a screwdriver out to fix it and noticed that the screwdriver was too large for the toaster.
So I took the screwdriver was too large for the toaster, so I decided to use a hammer and a nail.
I used a hammer and a nail and smashed the nail into the toaster with the hammer.
Smashing the nail into the toaster with the hammer, I accidentally hit myself on my thumb.
I accidentally hit myself on the thumb, and that removed all desire to have any toast that morning.
It removed all desire to have any toast that morning, so I opened up the cupboard and pulled out some Cocoa Pops.
And the Cocoa Pops was what I had for breakfast instead.
The Cocoa Pops was that?
You have to recognise the ending as well. There.
Okay,
See,
yeah.
it's complete.
That wasn't as painful as I thought. It wasn't
easy.
funny, but we got some there.
Oh, we don't have to be funny.
Okay, yeah.
We have to build this skill of listening and building,
Okay.
and keeping it reasonably coherent.
Yes.
So a spaceship didn't suddenly appear out of nowhere.
Okay.
And that's when people try and be funny. They bring stuff in that's not part of the story.
That's a bit random.
Yeah.
Maybe what I might do actually, I'm going to get a radio mic, and we're going to go along a line of a couple of people, and you can all do this
All right.
for me, because I shouldn't be the
Okay.
only one having to do this. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. We on? Hello. 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 There we go. Okay. So again, will you start us off?
Yeah.
You start us off, and then we're going to go down this line and see if you guys can do it
Something
as well.
else you'd find in your house. A cow.
A cow.
A cow. Okay, we'll
Where do
have
you live?
a story with a cow.
Okay.
Okay, I'll start off.
Yeah.
For many years, I've lived in the country.
I've lived in the country and I have 6 cows.
Nice.
I have 6 cows and 3 llamas.
Of the 6 cows I have, my favourite one is Daisy.
Daisy is my favourite because she spends a lot of time in the kitchen.
Oh, back to a kitchen. I like it. Come on, darling. In the kitchen. The cow went moo in the kitchen.
The cow went moo in the kitchen and the sheep went bar in the bathroom.
This could make a good children's story.
Yeah.
Be available on CD as we leave.
Sheep went bar in the bathroom. And the dog went wolf in the garage. There you
Very
go.
good.
There you go. That wasn't bad, guys.
Not bad. Good
bad at all.
children's story, that one.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was. I found that quite interesting. So, for people out there who are getting into performing and stuff, what would be your one bit of advice when it comes to improvisation?
Have a go. Forget the fear that's associated with it and find an improvisation class, whether it's the Improvisation Academy or local classes in your areas. There's lots of it happening now in the UK.
Hello.
And get to participate. It's a fantastic professional skill and a fantastic life skill.
It certainly is. Well, that's all we got time for, but thank you very much. I had
Thank
a
you,
lot of fun
John.
with that. Where can
Pleasure.
people find you?
They can find us at a table in the central area for a few minutes right now.
Yeah.
And then we're back here tomorrow. We're going to do a workshop, 45 minutes in one of the tented areas where you can get to participate in more of these activities.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for coming down, ladies and gentlemen. It's Paul
Thank you.
Jackson.
Thanks very much.
That was quite fun.